This is a simplified guide to the meaning and use of expect values as provided by BLAST, the basic local alignment search tool from NCBI. I'll start with about the simplest possible description of what an expect or e-value is. The number of BLAST hits you expect to see by chance. And to be more correct, I'll add, with the observed score or higher. A hit here is simply an alignment. This BLAST search's best alignment has an e-value of 1e to the minus 44, so you expect to see that alignment 1 times 10 to the minus 44 times by chance. In other words, it's not random. A common interpretation is that if the alignment is not due to chance, then it may be due to a biologically meaningful relationship between the two sequences. Does a low e-value like this prove that the two sequences are homologous? No, BLAST does not measure homology, but you might infer homology from alignments like this. Another common question is, how low an e-value do I need to say that two sequences are related biologically? There is no single answer, in part because e-values depend on query and database lengths. At NCBI we use a cutoff of 1 times 10 to the minus 6th for some internal processes using BLAST-P against the protein NR database. But that cutoff could be either too restrictive or too inclusive for your purposes. If you decide to use 1 times 10 to the minus 6 as your cutoff, then in WebBLAST, enter 1e minus 6 in the threshold text box. Finally, since my example is in BLAST-P, I will mention compositional adjustments. These statistical calculations are applied by default to provide more accurate e-values based on the amino acid composition of the two sequences being compared. Use the help icon to get further information and references. In a separate video, Expect Values Part 2, I'll answer some common questions about e-values that we get at NCBI. If you have other questions about BLAST, please write to blast-help@ncbi.nlm.nih.gov.